Thinking about becoming a surrogate? Wow, that's a huge, incredible decision. It's this profound journey of compassion. Really, a way to help create a family. Now, if you're even considering it, you probably have a million questions, right? Well, think of this explainer as your guide. We're going to walk through the whole process from start to finish and cover everything you need to know.
So here's our game plan. We've broken this down into 5 clear stages to give you a roadmap. We'll start with the big what and why. Then we'll see who's eligible. After that, we'll walk through the journey itself, step by step. Then we'll talk compensation, and finally, what your next move could be.
All right, first things first. Before we dive into all the details, it's so important to understand what surrogacy really is and, the incredible impact you can have. This is where the heart of the journey really begins.
Okay, let's get specific, because this is key. We're talking about gestational surrogacy. What does that mean? It means you, as the surrogate or gestational carrier, carry an embryo that was created using an egg from either the intended parent or a donor. The bottom line is, there is absolutely zero genetic link to the child you carry. This is so important for legal clarity and for everyone's peace of mind.
So who are the people you're helping? Honestly, they come from all walks of life. You could be giving this incredible gift to couples who've been battling infertility for years, to same-sex couples who dream of having a biological child, to single people who are ready to build a family on their own, or to women who just can't safely carry a pregnancy. You are literally bringing hope where it is needed most.
So the next big question is probably, okay, but could I do this? Let's talk about the requirements. And I want you to think of these less as hurdles and more as, safeguards. They're all in place to protect the health and well-being of both you and the baby. First up, age. To be a surrogate, you need to be between 21 and 38 years old. This age range has been pinpointed to give the absolute best chance for a healthy and successful pregnancy. Another key factor is your BMI, your body mass index. The sweet spot is a BMI between 19 and 30. And this isn't some random number. It's directly tied to higher success rates for the IVF process and just a healthier pregnancy all around.
All right, so beyond age and BMI, there are a few other core requirements. You have to have had at least one healthy baby of your own without any major complications. That just shows your body can handle pregnancy well. Of course, a healthy lifestyle is a must, so no smoking or drug use. It's also really important to have a stable living situation and a strong support system. Friends and family to lean on, because this is a big journey. And finally, everyone needs to pass medical, psychological, and background checks.
Okay, so let's say you meet the requirements. What does the journey actually look like? Let's break down the whole thing into a simple step-by-step path so you know exactly what's coming.
The whole process really unfolds in 6 main phases. It kicks off with your application and a review of your medical records. Then comes the really exciting part, the matching process, where you're paired with intended parents. After that, you'll do the official screenings, and then it's on to the legal contracts, which protect everybody. Next up is the medical cycle and the embryo transfer, and that leads to the final amazing phase, the pregnancy, the delivery, and all the support you'll get after the birth. And just to give you a realistic idea of the timing, from the moment you send in your application to the day of the embryo transfer, you're typically looking at about 3 to 6 months. That period covers all the important screening, matching, and legal steps that have to happen before the pregnancy can even begin.
Now, let's talk about the reward. And yes, we're talking about money, but also so much more. This incredible commitment of your time, your body, and your heart is truly valued. The compensation is designed to be generous and to make sure you're totally supported financially through the whole thing.
So let's just get right to it. For a first-time surrogate, the base compensation is usually somewhere between $40,000 and $55,000. Now, that can vary a bit depending on where you live, but it gives you a really clear idea of the financial foundation for your commitment.
But listen, the compensation is so much more than just that base pay. Think of it as a complete package. There are bonuses if you carry twins, for example. There are also milestone payments, like when you sign the contract or start medication. And on top of that, all of your expenses are covered. We're talking allowances for maternity clothes, any travel, lost wages from work, and, this is huge, 100% of your medical expenses are paid for. You should not have any out-of-pocket costs at all.
Of course, the reward isn't just about the money, not even close. I love this quote from Bethany, who was a surrogate. She says, "They became my family, and I didn't feel like a paycheck." That really gets to the heart of it.
It's about the connection you build and the incredible support you get along the way.
So, we've covered the what, the why, the who, and the how. Now it all comes back to that one central question. Is this journey right for you? Let's tackle one last very common question just to make sure everything is crystal clear.
So, do surrogates use their own eggs? The answer is a clear, simple 100% no. In gestational surrogacy, which is what we've been talking about, the surrogate never ever uses her own eggs. The embryo is made from the intended mother's egg or an egg donor, which means you share no DNA with the child.
And that really brings us to our final thought here. This whole process, from that very first application to holding that baby, it's all about one thing: creating a family. It's about compassion, it's about strength, and it's about an extraordinary act of giving. And so the real question I want to leave you with is this: could you be the one to complete a family story?